Hi, this is Shane Davis from Youngstown State University here with Figure It Out Baseball. I'm coming to you today from the Ice Castle, Stambaugh Stadium, home of our four-time national champion YSU Penguin football team. Today is going to be installment number 5 in my series on proper catch play. I would encourage you, if you haven't seen them or you need to go back and see them again, I would encourage you to look at my first few videos on this series where we worked on wrist flips, rocker throws, walking winds, and shuffle. Where we left off, we had been shuffling to our maximum distance. Now that could change based on your age, based on your skill set, and based on how you're feeling that day. I'm never going to ask one of my pitchers if he's not feeling good to go past where he's capable of. All that I ever ask is that you give me whatever you've got that day. If it's 300 feet, which is the opposite end zone, great. If it's not, and all that he's got is 150 feet, I just want him to give me all that he's got at that 150 feet. Now, we had worked back, getting some loft and air under the ball as we got loose to our maximum distance. Now that we're at our maximum distance with shuffles, we're going to start throwing the ball on a line, trying to hit our partner in the chest. It is okay if we one-hop them. It's okay if we hit him in the head. We're focusing on getting the ball on the line. The idea with this is I want us, if we're at 300 feet, I want us throwing at 100 feet like we would have at 300. And that's how we start throwing harder. So on our way back, we got air under it, working about 5 to 8 throws for every 10 feet. On our way back in, we're going to go about 3 to 5 throws for every 10 feet. Maintaining that shuffle, keeping the ball on a line for all of these throws. Now, one coaching point, if you feel like you're throwing and the ball's not going where you want, or you feel like you're falling off, one fix is to throw and then walk with your throw, following it until your partner catches it, and that'll help keep you on line. So as we work back in at our 3 to 5 throws for every 10 feet, we're going to maintain those shuffles until we get to about 90 feet for a high school guy and about 65 to 70 feet for anybody below high school. And at that point, we're going to transition back into walking wind, which, as a refresher for a right-handed thrower, is going to be left, right, kick, and throw, and the opposite for a left-handed thrower. So it'll be right, left, kick, and throw. Now, the other thing we're going to do during that walking wind phase is we're going to start backing off on the intensity a little bit, start focusing a little bit more on command. One of the things that I want you to leave this series with is the idea and concept of being a good catch partner. Being a good catch partner is not throwing as hard as you can at 60 feet at your partner's ankles. It's throwing firm, not as hard as you can, but firm at your partner's chest. And that's going to help you to develop a little bit of that command that we've talked about that you do develop through playing catch. Now, as we do those walking winds, we're going to still do about 3 to 5 throws for every 10 feet until we get to our mounds distance. For high school, 60, moving in, so on and so forth, as you get younger. At that point, we're going to transition to dry reps, which is just going through your pitching motion. Same thing though, we're going to work less on throwing hard, more on hitting our partner in whatever target he gives me. Ideally, your partner might be down, catching it like a catcher, but again, we aren't throwing as hard as we can, we're being a good catch partner. That's going to help us to maintain our command, work on our command daily while we're still working on throwing harder. The other thing that this does is it teaches us to have a little feel for how hard we're throwing. If you ever watch a big league game and you see John Smoltz or a color commentator on a local broadcast talking about adding and subtracting off a fastball, that's what he's talking about. For guys that might not have a great changeup, that's a good way to throw something similar to a changeup and maybe get an out. Or if you've got a really good fastball and guys are always sitting on that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, occasionally throwing 87 with some movement is going to be just as effective as that hardest throw that you ever make. The other thing that this helps with, and playing catch in this way helps with, is a lot of younger amateur players are playing multiple positions. You may be a pitcher and a shortstop, pitcher and a center fielder, pitcher and a catcher. You're not going to get the luxury of having bullpens every week like guys do that are called POs now, but like POs do at the higher levels of baseball. You might throw on Friday and then play shortstop for the next 5 games and then pitch again the next Friday. You're not always going to get that opportunity to get off the mound and work on your command, but you can do this to work on your command and throwing accuracy every day. And that's also going to help you in the field. If you're that shortstop, if you're always focused on hitting your partner in the chest, you're going to see a lot less balls go over your first baseman's head and into the stands. You're going to see more of your throws hit your partner in the chest, and you're going to see more of your throws and pitches end up in the strike zone where you want them to be. Now, if I can leave you with one thing, it is playing catch properly is about the most important thing we could do as a pitcher. Understanding that we don't have to throw as hard as we can, and I don't want you to throw as hard as you can from your first throw as we're working back. And getting ourselves loose properly and working back in, then throwing hard is really important. And that's how we stay healthy while we continue to get better. This is Shane Davis from Youngstown State University with Figure It Out Baseball. I look forward to seeing you again. Please check out my other videos and the other videos of this series. Thanks.